So let's jump right in to the MAP program. We're going to watch our first coffee talk. Throughout this course, we'll have several of these coffee talks. This is a welcome to the program and kind of a discussion of the importance of this course when it comes to the MAP program. And our presenter in this coffee talk is Dean Mercer.
Thank you for joining us on our coffee talk today. We're going to talk a little bit about the historical significance of this course, more so than anything else, that kind of set the stage for why this is important for our students out there in the math program. So I appreciate you for the time to visit with us.
Oh, my pleasure. As the Master of Arts in Teaching program was initially developed, faculty felt strongly that this was the course that would set the stage for the entire program. So I think it's important that we understand how education has evolved in the United States and yet how much it has stayed the same from those very first ideals. We felt it was important to have an educated democracy. We felt like it was important to have literate citizens. And I think we'd say those things, same things are true today.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's so important that people understand where we started from here in the United States with our education system and how far we've moved.
Absolutely.
And really get a sense of that change, but then, like you said, how much it hasn't changed, what's remained the same, and get a feel for that. So when they go into their own classrooms, they'll have a really good understanding of how to take what works and what doesn't work and apply it for themselves.
Absolutely. So while some things have stayed the same, one thing that has changed and evolved for the better is our focus on all students. And so education didn't start out for all students. It started out for the wealthy students. Now we firmly believe all children can learn, and it's our responsibility to set the structure to help every child be successful. And that sometimes means we differentiate instruction. It means we change some of what we're doing. It is moved, to use an old adage, from being on the stage to really being a facilitator. And so I think that setting those foundations in issues related to diversity and issues related to social justice tell us how far we've come.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that particularly too with the changes in technology, things, the advancements we've seen, I know for a lot of our math students this is all new for them. They have been out of school for quite a while, and we're kind of challenging them, pushing them to the edge already with the application we're asking them to use technology-wise. But I think as we look at our students and how far they've come, we really need to be prepared for that as well.
Absolutely. So a personal example there. My granddaughter is a 5th grader. She had an iPad at 4 years old. So that's all she knows. That's all she knows. And a 5th grader, almost 12 years old. So when we think about that, she started out learning very differently than we did. From the very beginning, she had Google. So if she wanted to know something, she would say at 4 years old, well, Grandma, Google it, and we'll find out. So that immediate access to information, to knowledge, is a game changer, and technology has helped us do that. But I always say we don't use technology for technology's sake. We use technology when it enhances teaching and learning. So it might take us a very long time to use print resources to find an answer to a question that we could Google and be ready to move right on to the next thing. That makes sense. If I'm doing rote memorization of multiplication facts, I can do it on paper or I can do it on technology. What makes the most sense for that lesson? So the integration of technology, I think, is our focus. When does it make sense?
Yeah, definitely making sure it's meaningful again for like the students you're working with, as you said. And for some students, that application will really help them if they're struggling with language, if they're struggling with making connections academically or cognitively. Having the application that's visual or more hands-on will really support them or help them. But then other times it might just be like a babysitting tool, and you don't want to do it then. You have to be sure it makes sense to the lesson.
Absolutely. And so as we're using technology and as your students are learning, teaching and learning is taken to a whole nother level when we're thinking about their swivels and being able to observe in classrooms in real time and then be able to use that to provide feedback. It's changing us. It's changing how we do our work.
Yeah, it's going to be so exciting as the math students get further into the program and have an
Yes.
opportunity to use their own swivels and be able to see real-time classrooms and
We're actually moving away from swivels.
So I think it's something they're really going to enjoy.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so then what's next from here?
Exactly.
That's what we're staying up on, and we're putting a great deal of emphasis right now on staying in touch with our graduates after they leave. So this program, it is so strong, and our students, each one of them is going to learn so much, but we know that that's only the beginning of their learning as a professional educator. And so staying in touch is important, and we're using technology to do that. Whether that's clicking on an icon to watch a short video clip from a favorite professor, or zeroing in on a topic where there's expertise and other resources that are being shared. We're using technology so that a program is not finished when they walk across the stage or receive their diploma, but it's just one more step in the journey.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that when they finish, they'll share with us the amazing things they're doing in their classrooms, and we can use that in the future to educate our math students, because I know this group is so dynamic, they're going to do great things.
And that's where their real strength is, isn't it? Having students share back as beginning year teachers. Here's what I did that worked, and it was an on-fire day.
Yeah.
And equally are the days when you think, oh my, I felt like I gave it my all, and I didn't get the end goal that I wanted.
Yeah.
And so what am I going to do tomorrow? And
Exactly.
having that resource of fellow ed cats, as we call them, be able to come together and network and use each other to solve problems in their classroom, and then sharing them back with us means we now have a strong example to share with our students, and so everyone strengthens.
Well, thank you so much for helping us understand a little bit more about where we're going and what our purpose is, and we look forward to seeing where the journey takes us.
Absolutely, and I think as a college, we're looking forward to learning from such a dynamic group of students.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Yes. Well, thank you, Dr. Dean Mercer.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that video, our first coffee talk, and welcome from Dean Mercer. And I hope it helped lay the foundation for this program as well as our first course.